Here we go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. It is Mock Draft Monday. We're continuing down this path because it's awesome. On the last week we did on the turn, pick number 12. Today I'm deciding we're going to go pick number 1. Let's see what we can do with the first overall pick. Obviously, likely going to be CMC in my books, but let's jump into this draft room and do a little Mock Draft Monday because it's awesome. So like always, we're going to be doing a 12-team half PPR snake, 15 rounds, and let's take pick number 1 like I'm saying and see what kind of team we can get on the clock. You know I'm taking CMC. You know, the debate is there. Could you take a CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill as your number 1, Bijan as your number 1? Sure, I mean, the conversations have been there, but I mean, it's CMC. You're not going to buck that trend. Coming back on the turn, I may do something a little bit different than what I do. Normally I preach do not take your quarterbacks, and I'm not going to take it. So Josh Allen was there. That was going to be my plan. If Josh Allen made it all the way down back here, I would have taken him, no question, because I mean it would have made this team that much better. Still got Jalen Hurts, still got Patrick Mahomes. Boy, do I want to stack my running backs. I did a video on a Derrick King Henry. Love him in this season with the Baltimore Ravens. Gotta absolutely love that. Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins are your wide receivers. So you do get hamstrung just a little bit here. Do you take a Patrick Mahomes instead and you double back your running backs? That's interesting as well. I do not hate having CMC and Derrick Henry. I was projecting the fact Derrick Henry could get, anywhere from 13 to, 18 TDs in this offense without question. So you know what? It doesn't matter value on the turn here because I'm coming back. Sam Laporta is nice and I do like it, but I'm going to go Derrick Henry. And then I'm gonna buck my trend, and I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes, or do I go wide receiver? I don't like it. I hate taking my quarterbacks this early, but I mean the value here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I never do it. I never take tight ends this early. Let's go Sam Laporta that early. So CMC, Henry, and Sam Laporta. He's Laporting to my team. And I don't know, one of these things. You got to mock draft to see what you like, see what you want to get. I'm not necessarily a fan, like I said, of taking quarterbacks early or even tight ends early, but Laporta is one of the best now, showcasing the fact in fantasy point totals that you can get in fantasy football. You absolutely love it. Got to get a wide receiver. Tank Dell, T. Higgins. There's some interesting rumors. He may get traded, may get dealt. I don't dislike that either. So if you did go double wide receiver sets here, I don't hate it. Or you come back and you take a wide receiver and another running back because wide receivers are so deep. You got to love that. But I mean, Tank Dell is my number 1 in an offense that is so vast with wide receivers. It's a very tricky situation. James Cook, you guys know I'm a huge fan. And I mean, okay, I think, you know what, in this scenario, I think I may go Tank. That's a tough one. You know what, I'm going to go Tank Dell, and then I'm going to wait on my wide receivers because there's so many good ones, and I'm going to go James Cook. You guys know I love my running backs. I know a lot of y'all are going to be scoffing at this and saying, no, that's not what you need to be doing. But I love my running backs. You got to have plenty of talent at your running back spot because they do get injured, they do get hampered, and you're going to be scrambling later on if you don't pick up at least some decent quality depth. I know we can hit the waiver wire as the season does go on, but I do love having my running backs. There is no question. So here's Jordan Love. Feeling love for love. I'm going to do that again. All right, man. Just like the last one. Jordan Addison, like I said, I love me some Addy, but I just don't trust the quarterback situation in Minnesota. Is it going to be Sam Darnold? Is it going to be the rookie J.J. McCarthy? Very tricky spot for me. Yes, you got Worthy, Godwin, Hollywood, Calvin Ridley. So here's another situation where I don't dislike even going for more running backs and then a wide receiver here as well. So, man, you know what? I'll bucket here as well. I'll take myself a little Jordan Addison, and I could double back with a Hollywood because I like it. Will I get Jordan Love on the way back? I probably will not. So I think, you know what? I'm going to go with Jordan Love. Go with love for love, and we'll just set it off that way. Not necessarily a fan of the wide receivers at this point. Tank Dell, obviously, with Stephon Diggs. Love Tank Dell. There is no question. So many mouths to feed. How is C.J. Stroud absolutely going to feed all these targets in Houston? So you got to believe there's somewhat of a, statistical regression going to be coming from a Tank, but we'll see how it does go. I might have hit the jackpot. Addison as well. Very tricky to trust with the quarterback situation that they do have in that room. So here we are again, falling down this board with these wide receivers. Running backs are being picked clean. So you see what I'm saying? At least you got Brian Robinson there still. You got Blake Corum. So there is some talent at the running back spot. Deontay's interesting. Going with a Bryce Young. I don't hate that for PPR upside as well. A little bit of veteran presence. Love me some Christian Watson. I didn't do it last time, so I'm going to go Deontay this time because of the PPR upside. I am in the camp of suggesting that a Bryce Young will have a better season, and then I'm going to go Christian Watson. Do the stack up with a love. I'm a huge Christian Watson supporter. I know everybody loves Reed, and I'm a big fan of Reed as well. But I think the ability that Christian Watson does possess, if he can absolutely stay on the field and stay healthy, he has got some big abilities that's absolutely going to transpire on the field. So coming back, I'm hoping I can get some decent play at the running back spot. Jerome Ford may be a big getter, early on as a Nick Chubb is going to be coming back from his ACL injury. But you see, Pickett, man, you got to go. See, at least I got 3 decent running backs because at this point, because I did bucket here with a Tank Dell, I should have maybe even got running back and then took Tank Dell there as well, but it's the same situation. It doesn't matter flipping the picks. Also in that respect, Romeo Doubs, Khalil Shakir is a big one as well for me. I think he's going to have a very good season with a Josh Allen. Very tough, man. Holy, Trevor Lawrence is all the way down this board as well. So, I mean, they've already adjusted the ADP rankings here also. Jerome Ford, for me, I think is a good pick in this situation. Give me another running back, as we don't know. Nick Chubb was saying, he did lose some confidence, felt a little bit off when it came to his recovery. We'll see how he does come back. I'm not necessarily in that camp suggesting he's going to do extremely well in his recovery this year. So I'm going to take a little Khalil Shakir because he should be taking a lot of the targets that Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis did depart from in Buffalo. So I do like that quite a bit. Got my tight end to absolutely support as my wide receiver as well. So on this team, he's basically my wide receiver 1 when it comes to point totals in this offense as well. So we're talking running backs again. Rico Dwaddle not really doing it. Marshawn Lloyd, okay, I know there's a lot of people super excited about him. I got his scouting report coming out this week as well, so you guys will understand what I'm talking about. I am big on the value of a Josh Palmer here at 150 as well. I think he's being supremely undervalued. I understand they got some young, talented wide receivers. He's got the most chemistry with a Herbie at this point. So Josh Palmer, to me, is absolutely stellar in this situation. Running backs do fall off, so I'm not even going to do this until later on in the draft. Stack my wide receivers. I'm going Palmer, and I'm going Jahan Dotson because that is absolutely stellar value. If they don't hit, fine, I can go on the waiver wire. But I'm telling y'all, I am big ups on supporting a Jahan Dotson and a Josh Palmer in these offenses as their roles should continue to expand. They should continue to move forward. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to eat it on this one, but I do believe that the value to return on investment here is nothing to sneeze at, and we're absolutely in the camp in this situation. Khalil Herbert, do not hate that whatsoever, even though they got a DeAndre Swift. I think they're going to have multi-back sets, a lot in Chicago to help support a young Caleb Williams. And then I finish it off. I'm never going to really back my tight ends or my quarterbacks as well. Took off defenses and kickers this time, so at least I get the full meal deal when it comes to roster construction here. And I mean, you could go any which way here at this point in the last pick of your draft. Wicks is a good one as well. I mean, but I already got a Christian Watson, Darnell Mooney for me again. So there is some risk. There is some value in these wide receivers. I completely understand. A lot of people are not, sold on these guys, and there are a lot of risk in this first overall pick for this draft that I do have as well. So breaking it down, Jordan Love, feeling the love for love. You got Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. Hopefully Derrick stays healthy. And this offense in Baltimore, I do believe, is going to be very much run heavy once again. They're going to go back to the MO of running the football a lot with a Lamar Jackson and a Derrick Henry. I absolutely love the tandem of CMC and Derrick Henry. They could absolutely carry this club. Tank Dell, if he does stay healthy, and I mean, we'll see how many targets do come his way. Jordan Addison, again, that's the one that I don't really care for because of the quarterback situation. Love Addison as a player, and I think he is a superstar in the making, but I just can't stand what we don't know in that quarterback room. Sam Laporta should be given the business for the point totals. James Cook, like I said, I'm very bullish on him as well. Everybody, talking Ray Davis, that's fine. I mean, they're going to have some split touches, but James Cook, it has to be his offense, you got to believe. Deontay Johnson, resurrection season with a Bryce Young on the PPR upside. Christian Watson, I'm banking heavy that he's going to stay healthy because he's got playmaking ability all day long with those wheels. Jerome Ford, he is one of these guys I think is the safer handcuff, obviously, for the running back room because of the injury to a Nick Chubb. Khalil Shakir hopefully does see a big-time season, sleeper appeal here, could see a lot of targets in this offense as the Bills will spread the ball quite a bit around. And then you got I got a lot of these guys right now. Josh Palmer, Jahan Dotson. These guys are the value players you're looking for late in your draft that will hopefully pop off and give you that great value we're looking for. Khalil Herbert, I think he's still going to get his touches even with a DeAndre Swift in this offense. And then Darnell Mooney finishing it off with these Atlanta Falcons. You got to love it. I think that this team is decent at number one. You're going to have to obviously make trades and hit that waiver wire if things don't work out, because there is some risk at the wide receiver spot. Don't really necessarily have that top end number one wide receiver on this team, which is a fault. I was hoping for Josh Allen to come to me, but he went at pick 2.8, where I was picking at 2.12. So I mean, if that situation did transpire where I got a Josh Allen, I would have got a Derrick Henry. This team would look a lot different when you do have the turn. But I mean, Laporta will make up for my lack of wide receiver depth early on in this process, but I don't hate this team. There is going to be some revamping I'm probably going to have to do, because we'll have to see how these wide receivers do pan out, like I'm saying, but I don't mind this team whatsoever. So there you have it. That is Mock Draft Monday on your pick number one overall. Like I said, there is some things that we can change, and maybe, I'll do a couple more of myself to see what better team I could select here at pick number one, but I don't hate this club whatsoever. Very heavy on the running back, got a quality tight end, and Jordan Love, feeling love is going to carry this team, so there is a lot of good valuable points that are going to be given to this club, but I mean, you can see what you can do at pick number one. It is all good, but nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What do y'all think of this team? You like it? You dislike it? Throw it in the comments, man. Let me know what you don't like about the team. I definitely talk it out with y'all, but we'll see you next time. I am out.